Dear students, this is Praveen Agrawal from BV Department, RIMT Chandosi. Today, we are going to discuss the topic Methodology of Operations Research. Methodology means the steps which are taken in order to solve a problem with the help of operations research. Under the methodology of operations research, we will discuss the 5 particular steps. I have categorized this particular methodology under 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as you are looking under this particular chart. The first step is defining the real life problem or opportunity. The second step is developing the mathematical model. The third step is solve the model. The fourth step is testing the model and its solution. And the last step is implementation and control. So let us start from the first step. The very first step is defining the real life problem or opportunity. When we are talking about the problem, then problem means the process of identifying, understanding and describing in precise terms the problem or problems being faced by an organization. This problem definition helps the OR specialist to define the objective to be solved and to define the alternative courses of action. Once the problem is defined, the OR specialist is moving to the second step, and this second step is the developing the mathematical model. As we know that operational research is totally based on the mathematical models. Means first of all, the mathematical model is developed, and in order to develop that mathematical model, we have the following steps. The first step is collect the relevant data. The problem which has been defined in the initial stage, on the basis of that problem, we are looking for that particular data which is relevant for solving that particular problem. The data is arrived through the problem which has been defined in the first stage. Once the relevant data has been collected, we are moving to the second step, and this second step is establish a relationship among variables and parameters of the system. Means the system for which we are finding the solution, we are looking for a proper solution. We have searched the data, the variables. These variables are bounded into different equations. Means our relationship is established, because establishing relationship is important from the point of view of operations research. So for the second step is establishing relationships. Once relationships has been identified, we are moving to the third step, that is define objectives to be achieved and limitation on resources. Means the objectives which is to be fulfilled by solving the problem, these objectives are defined in this stage. And the limitations means the resources which are available, because resources are scarce. When we are talking about any of the organization, then it is having limited resources. Limitations means the resources are limited. For example, when we are talking about manufacturing industry, then each and every organization is having its capacity. Such as organization is having 1 crore rupees, then 1 crore rupees is the limitation of fund which is to be invested by the firm. The organization is having 100 man hours, then this is the limitation of resources. Limitations means the availability of resources to the firm. So this particular limitation is defined and the objectives are defined. These two terms, objectives and limitations, are found parallelly by the organization. Once these 3 points are confirmed, then on the basis of these three steps, we are developing the mathematical model which is known as the OR model. This OR model is based on different problems. After developing the mathematical model, we are moving to the third step, and this is solve the model. Solving the mathematical model. This is very critical point to be followed in this particular process. Solve the model. For solving the model, we apply the suitable OR technique to get solution in terms of decision variables. Actually, the decision variables decide the solution of the problem because we are looking the optimum solution to the given problem. So this optimum and unique solution is achieved by applying the suitable OR technique. For example, if we are looking for the allocation of resources, then we are following different OR techniques. For allocation of resources, we are going for linear programming models, LP models. If there is a queuing problem, then we are applying queuing models. If there is a strategic problem, then we are applying the game theory models. So for different problems, there is a set of different model which is applied in operations research. So we have to found that what is the problem, and according to that problem, we are looking for the model. We are looking for the OR technique which is applied in order to solve that particular mathematical model. Okay. After solving the model, we are moving to the next step. The next step is testing the model and its solution. In this step, we are moving towards whether the solution achieved is in its proper form or not. Or you can say that whether the solution is providing the optimum values to the organization or not. For testing the model, we go for these two steps. The first is put values of decision variables in the model. First of all, what we are doing here, we are getting the values of decision variables because when we are finding the solution of the problem, we are getting the values of the decision variables which has been defined under the second step. These decision variables values are put under the model and a proper solution is achieved. The solution which is achieved, we see whether the solution is valid or not. What is the meaning of validity? Validity means whether the mathematical model is covering all the limitation of the problem under consideration. First step, first point. Second point, certain aspects of the problem may have been overlooked, omitted or simplified. And the third point is the data may have been incorrectly estimated or recorded, perhaps while being entered into the computer. So then from these particular points, we see whether the solution is valid or not. If the solution is valid, or we can say that it is acceptable, then we are moving towards the fifth step. And if the solution is not acceptable, means it is not covering all the aspects of the problem of the organization, in short, then we are moving to the modification of the model. The model is modified, and for modifying the model, we are again moving to the third step. Up to when we are not satisfied with the solution values of the model, we are regularly modifying the model and moving to the third step. But if we are satisfied with the solution of the problem, then we are moving towards the fifth step. This fifth step is implementation and control. Implementation means the values are put into the model and the action is followed, and controlling means regular changes which are happening in the environment. According to those changes, the problem is the solution is modified again and again. So we can have three steps under it. The first is interpret solution values. Second one is put the knowledge gained from the solution to work through organizational policies, and the third one is monitor changes and exercise control. First, interpret solution values. Values which has been achieved. These values are interpreted. After interpretation, these results which are gained from the solution are put under the action. After putting it under the action, the work is started. It means that we have found the unique and optimum solution of the given problem. Under these solution, the system starts working. When the system is working, we are parallelly going through the control step or control process. Under control, we are monitoring the changes and we are exercising the control. Changes means because we are working in the environment and these environmental changes are having the impact over the system. So we are just defining, we are just getting what are those changes, and according to those changes, we are correcting the values and finding the new solutions from that particular mathematical model. So this is the step. These are the steps under the methodology of operations research. Thank you.